one more bike before we leave because just I want to. So you were just saying this is one of the more iconic bikes ever made.
This is, I would say, not as iconic as a Sportster, but pretty old model that Harley's kept in this lineup for several years. This is the Fat Boy, and it has undergone several changes over the years, whether from styling to engines, everything. It's part of the 2018 Softail frame, so it's got the mono shock, except for they widened the rear swing arm a little bit to fit a massive 240 millimeter tire.
This is the bike that made a lot of 80s and 90s kids want to get into motorcycling.
This is honestly the bike that the Fat Boy is the one when you say, oh, I've got a Harley Davidson. This is what they imagine. Oh, you ride a Harley Davidson Fat Boy. I mean, now we're going into the road glide and street glide era, but this used to be the bike that this was the one you got.
This was the Schwarzenegger
bike. You think Harley,
bike.
you think Softail Fat Boy.
This was the Terminator, give me your keys bike.
Yep, that's right.
Give me your keys and your clothes.
So, yeah, this bike is very iconic. It's changed a whole lot. In fact, we got an old one. Let's see what the old one is.
Yeah, let's take a look at the old one. All right, so we were looking at one of the newer Fat Boys, and you said you did happen to have an older one on the floor. So tell us all about it.
This one's a 2009. This is going to be part of that old school Softail setup. So you come over here, you might be able to see it. If you look at it from the top, you can see the top of the shocks right here through that little opening. It has two of them underneath.
Oh, yeah.
The wheels are kind of similar. So Harley has changed the style. It still has kind of a solid wheel setup or inspiration from the solid wheel. They have the holes in here. Now this is actually a newer style. They used to not have holes in the wheels at all. So then Harley added the holes in there to kind of help with the aerodynamics, and then they've now added slits, wide slits, to improve it significantly more. Mm-hmm. The rear tire is a 200 instead of a 240.
A little more manageable.
A little bit more manageable. Still has that fat look on the back, and I want to say they used to have a 180 on the back of them too at some point. 5-gallon tank. This particular model is a 6-speed because it's a 09, so it's got the 96 cubic inch 6-speed. And this is more of that iconic Fat Boy look. When you think Fat Boy, or if you talk to anybody who is big in Harleys, or anybody that rides, and you ask them what do you imagine when you see a Fat Boy, this is the bike. So
there are way too many nice bikes in here.
And what's really neat about these saddlebags, just like the ST upstairs,
and that is very, so as a tripper, that's a good thing. Bring them in the house, pack them up. And
there's your locking mechanism there.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. They don't go on as easy though. Now they're on.
I'm looking at all these bikes on the floor, and there's not one that's not nice. You couldn't just want to jump on a ride right now. And there's just about, I'm looking at all of them. You have just about every era in here. You have the 107, the 114s, the 110s.
We even have an old school V-Rod.
You have everything.
Controls.
Yeah, slide around this way.
Back when they used to put mid-controls on. That's my first time ever seeing a V-Rod with mid-controls on it. I didn't know they came from the factory like that. This is actually a night rod.
That one has been jumped. There's a lot of stuff on this one. I rode one at the camp out, and Matt, this one, I think this one's nicer than yours.
So this is a 2006 night rod.
For only $69.99.
8,000 miles.
Jeez.
And it's pretty stock. It's as stock as it's going to get. It has some minor things added to it, like the engine guard, the windshield, obviously. The wheels have been powder coated. The previous owner put this gunmetal gray on there to kind of give it a a look. It used to have chrome wheels on it.
That is crazy. This does not look stock. This looks like it has a lot of extra stuff on it.
It's pretty stock. pipes are stock too.
That is crazy. This has a lot of accent looks from the Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
So it does not look like a regular night ride.
So the Destroyer is kind of, it's a full race bike from the factory, right? You know, there's companies like, you know, Chevrolet, Ford, even Dodge that make those drag bikes. I can't remember the particular name for that class, but you can buy a ready-to-go race bike from the factory, and the Destroyer was one of those.
That is insane. It is insane.
Came with a wheelie bar and everything. Talk about a bike that'll scare you to death.
So yeah, I rode a friend's night rod in Florida, and it was absolutely insane to ride it. And
it's a different kind of ride. So did when you rode the night ride, did it have a 240 on the back, or did it have a 200 or the
it had, I think it had more. I think it had a smaller tire.
So this the red one here has a 180. The black one on the other side has a 240. And what's really cool about the V-Rod, you know, typically the wider the rear tire, the harder it is to corner, but I really didn't get that impression from riding the V-Rod.
Yeah, his look more just like this one. Yeah, Matt's. So if anybody that doesn't know, 9 wheels on 2 wheels, Matt, his bike is a lot like this. He will let you ride it if you go to the camp out. He will let you ride it. So ask at your own discretion. It will kill you. Just warning you now. So, man, I love it. All right, I better go home before I buy a bike. I had to show you guys this, and when I first looked at it, I really did think it was a snowmobile. But it is a Can-Am Spider, and I got to show you this. These speakers on this thing. I guess that's a good thing about having a bigger bike that's stable and probably has a bigger alternator on it, is you can put crap like this on it, these huge-ass speakers. But yeah, this does look like a frickin' snowmobile. But for somebody, again, we were just talking about the 3 wheels earlier, for somebody who really still wants to stay in the wind, and you don't want to drive a slingshot, this is it. This is your alternative. I know that, Dry Heat Doug's wife has one of these bikes and seems to absolutely love it. So, but yeah, that's the more you look at it, the more you kind of like it. It kind of looks like the Judge Dredd bike from the Stallone days.
They're quick on their feet too.
All right, we're gonna have to go home now because if I keep looking at these bikes, I'm probably gonna end up buying one. So we're gonna fold it up for now. So that'll be all for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.